Right, welcome to the truth about social media for business. Now, normally I've got a structure that I use, and as I showed you the other day, if you're watching one of the episodes, I put these cards up here under the camera so that I can read my notes and go through it. The structure is called Poser. I'll actually show you how and why it works in a future episode, but tonight I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm just going to tell you a story because it's highly relevant to your business, and it came from, I was sitting having a cup of coffee with Gideon. I don't know if you know Gideon or Gideon Shalwick, very big on YouTube, very smart marketer. I'm fortunate enough to have met him and literally be able to send him an email every now and again, sit down and have a chat with him. We're talking about a few different things, and he's talking about something, a really big program that he's got that he's going to start working on, which is about creating global movements. And a lot of what I'm talking about now, about removing stuff that's not within your flow and being productive and all the rest of it, came out of a video that he did, which was called Why You Shouldn't Just Follow Your Passion. Now, the story, he started talking to me, I don't know how we got onto it, we're talking about tall poppy syndrome. He's talking about how bad it is in Australia, because he's actually not from Australia, he's South African, and I think he spent time in New Zealand as well. And he said, from his memory, they never ever had it like that in South Africa, but it was prevalent here in Australia and New Zealand. And I said, do you know where it came, well, where I believe it came from? I said, and he didn't really understand where it had come from. I heard a guy speak years ago called Rick Otton. Now, Rick does real estate courses, flipping houses and all sorts of stuff. Very dynamic speaker, really, really good. If you ever get the chance to listen to him, go and listen to him. And he opened a talk one time. He said he was talking about the tall poppy syndrome, because he went over to America and did a lot of stuff, and he found the same thing. They just didn't have this tall poppy syndrome that we have here. And he said the reason he believed it come about was back in the convict days, when they were bringing convicts out to Australia, they had them working in chain gangs, and there was about, I think, 20 or 30 people in a chain gang, and only had a limited amount of guards, they had a limited budget. So you had one guard looking after 30 or 40 convicts. So as you can well imagine, if the convicts got together and decided to roll a guard, they'd quite easily take control over him. And I don't know, whoever was in charge, governor or whatever at the time, realised this fact. So what they actually came up with was, say I was playing up, I know, hard for you to imagine, but say I was acting up and giving the guard a mouthful. What he would actually do is take me out of the chain gang, let me sit under a tree for the day. Then everyone else in the chain gang would have to pick up the slack for me. So they'd still have to get the same amount of work done, even though I sat down and did nothing. So when I did get put back into the chain gang, if I started mouthing off again, the guys within the chain gang would actually say, hey, shut up, we don't want to do your work for you again. And they'd end up giving me a couple of backhanders or whatever they used to do back in those days to keep me in line. So you were self-regulating. So that's where the tall puppy, they would literally cut down the person that stood up and spoke up. They would literally cut them down. And that's been bred into our psychology, and it's really prevalent in business today. I find even a little bit at the moment. I've created a program that I call MAD, a bit of a marketing thing, and it's the three words, the acronyms, is it? Whatever, I don't know, I don't speak English that good. I dropped out of school in grade 10 and English teacher really didn't like me. That's a story for another day. Is majestic, adaptive, disruptive. Now, people don't have a problem with the adaptive, okay? They can understand that. Your business needs to be adaptive to survive. As my mentor Barry Bull says, it's either adapt or die, one of the two. And I don't have, all of the people that like what I do don't have a problem with disruptive. They understand that, you know, there's 3D printing, there's artificial intelligence, there's all these other things that are disrupting their markets, and if they don't start disrupting them themselves, they're going to be disrupted by someone else, like the likes of Uber or Airbnb, all these sorts of things. But a lot of them really don't get the majestic. They have a problem with it. It's like, oh, you think you're better than anyone else. It's a tall poppy thing. Now, the reason that I selected the word majestic was nothing to do with, I mean, a lot of people associate it with kings and queens and all the rest of it, but here's the quote and the reason why I actually decided to use majestic. So it says, majestic things display great dignity, something people don't usually associate with majestic, benefit or befit a great ruler. Not that I want to be a great ruler, but I want to be seen as a leader within my market. But this is the important bit, or simply far superior to everyday stuff. I believe to thrive, survive, have global impact, have a kick-ass business going forward, you're going to have to be what they're talking about right there, which is far superior to everyday stuff. If your business isn't majestic, if it isn't far superior, it's not going to survive. Get the likes of Amazon moving in. As I said, there's artificial intelligence, there's all these other things. Barry, again, go back to Barry Bull, his motto was always be good, be better, be the best. There's no one gets excited about beige, okay? Billy Connolly says that. No one's ever going to get excited about, you're never going to get any traction on social media, you're never going to get any media attention for your business, you're never going to have a global impact if you don't have something that is out of the ordinary.
One of the most common mistakes people make with their posts, give us like 3 to 5 your worst nightmares.
Dead simple, straight up, talk about themselves. I just did this, I just fed my cat, I just posted a photo, I just posted a video. No one cares less about what you did, not even your mum, okay?
And the average consumer is damn lazy. They don't want to work for the information. They want it to be fed to them. And these devices feed it to them. I mean, everybody's got a phone coming out of their body now. It's a body part.
All these automated get 10,000 followers garbage, forget all that stuff. Anyone starts sprouting that, run as fast as you can. People, because it's free, or people see it as free, they tend to post everything in the hope that someone will click on it, watch it, read it, go over there. If you had to actually pay for it, and I wish they'd make every post that you had to put up someone had to pay for, people would think twice about what they had to do, whether that anyone would actually read it or take any notice of it. And a big tip here is, if you're not sure whether you should post it or not, you probably shouldn't, and have a look at it from not your own eyes, as in this is my bit of stuff, I'm going to post it out and see who likes it. Read it and go, would I actually post that? If someone else posted that, would I read that myself? Would I click on it myself? Would I take any notice of it? And if the answer's no, go back and redo it.